At Northwind Traders, route planning often starts with reviewing customer orders across delivery regions. Reviewing the orders to develop a route plan can be a multi-hour process, and automating them can be a challenge across legacy systems. Agents could previously call agent flows to add structured processes to agent decision-making. This now also works in reverse, by allowing an agent to be embedded in an agent flow. Route planning is a perfect example of having an overall structured process where agents are deployed when and where intelligence is needed. This agent flow manages the end-to-end route plan creation. It collects new sales orders from Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations, calls the computer use tool to locate and navigate through disconnected systems like weather and traffic websites, and summons a Power Automate desktop flow to rapidly fill out forms the computer use tool encounters. Yes, they do work together. It takes all the information collected and feeds it to a route planning agent. If the agent is unsure how to proceed, for example, if the customer order has incomplete information, it can request human assistance from the connection owner. Let's review the agent details and make some enhancements. Copilot Studio now supports a wider range of agent models, including Anthropic models such as Claude, Sonnet, and Opus. Opus is great at the deep reasoning needed for route planning. We've introduced Work IQ, which provides intelligence from work sources that make the agent an expert in your organization. It grounds the agent in rich data from Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, employee profiles, and more. This helps the agent understand which documents, employees, customers, trucks, and products are relevant to the route plan. It also determines what kind of actions Northwind Traders can take to build and deliver the route plan. For example, the WorkIQ calendar server includes multiple tools that the agent can use to interact with the Outlook calendar. Using these tools will give the agent the ability to write the delivery schedule to the driver's calendars. The agent can use the Power Apps MCP server to interact with a field service app and customer data stored in Dataverse. And with support for an ever-growing list of out-of-the-box MCP servers, Northwind Traders' route planning agent can connect to a nearly limitless range of data sources needed to make complex decisions. And if that doesn't meet their needs, they can create a custom MCP server, like this one that contains all the routing rules, constraints, and data sources. Let's add a prompt to give the agent the ability to create a route planning document. Copilot Studio's prompts support over 11,000 models, including custom models through Azure Foundry. This agent uses a specialized model to intelligently determine which systems it needs to consult and what information it should take into consideration. The prompt assistant can turn a description into a comprehensive set of detailed instructions that the agent will use to build the document. The instructions even include suggested inputs for knowledge sources. Let's accept the suggestion and review the output. Prompt outputs are no longer limited to just text or JSON. Outputs can now also be created in the form of documents based on the document layout provided. Let's use a route planning template. Copilot Studio will identify and map the fields in the template and use that as the basis for authoring the document. Let's test this prompt. The model evaluates the inputs and instructions, reviews the knowledge sources, and reviews the fields in the template provided. When it's complete, it creates a summary of the suggested route plan and generates a document with the details of the plan. This document looks good, thorough, and complete thanks to that custom model. With the tests complete, the prompt can be added to the agent. If any changes are needed, prompts can now be edited in line, allowing for faster adjustment than ever before. Northwind Traders can update the agent instructions, adjusting reasoning depth and test changes directly within the agent configuration. This route planning agent gathers quite a bit of data via the MCP servers, but Northwind Traders often uses external systems to weigh factors like weather advisories, weight restrictions, fuel prices, and emerging risks. Agent flows can now summon the computer use tool to bridge the gap. The computer use capabilities of Copilot Studio allow the agent to reason across multiple disconnected systems simultaneously to synthesize data for its analysis. The computer use capabilities now support both Anthropic and OpenAI models for maximum flexibility when deploying the agent. The instructions builder makes it easier to create instructions the agent can follow without error. Simply describe what the agent should do, and it will translate it into detailed instructions. If anything is unclear, the instruction builder will give a warning asking for more clarity. With the instructions updated, let's test it with a sample city passed by the agent flow. As it runs, it follows a stream of logic to navigate through the application. It makes note of any weather alerts or potential storms that could cause delays. By combining it with the agent flow's logic, such as a loop through customer orders, it will pull inputs from all the cities listed in those orders to factor into the route plan. This autonomy makes the computer-using agent powerful, but it will always keep humans in the loop by having a designated supervisor to serve as the agent's manager and consultant if it needs clarification or needs permission to access an information source it recommends. For example, during this process, the computer-using agent sent an email seeking clarification on the thresholds that constitute a high-risk rain alert. The operations manager can provide those details in an email response, and the agent can continue to run with a better understanding of what details are important. Before deploying these changes to production, Northwind traders can validate the agent behavior using evaluations grounded in real planner conversations. Multi-turn evaluations can now simulate full planning cycles, ensuring agents behave correctly across complex scenarios. Conversations can be auto-generated based on the agent's instructions, knowledge, or topics, or they can be manually created. Let's review a conversation set. By looking into the set, an extended simulation conversation between an agent and a user is shown. This can be extended with additional conversational exchanges before adding it to the evaluation, saving it, and running it. Multiple test methods can also be used. The evaluation can look at the general quality, the use of specific tools or topics, keywords being used, or custom instructions the manager can add. Let's start the evaluation. It will iterate through the evaluation set, asking the agent questions it formulated and compare its actual answers to the expected answers. It will then give each question a passing or failing grade. Let's take a look at the results here and understand a bit more about the score. If an evaluated question passed, the test case details will provide feedback about why, along with the trail of conversation and the knowledge sources used during the conversation. If a question failed, the test case details will give an assessment about why it felt the answers were of poor quality. The answer quality can be improved by adding additional knowledge sources, prompts, topics, or instructions, and a test case can be rerun at any time. This agent has been enhanced quite a bit, so let's test the entire end-to-end process. We'll start with the trigger, the creation of the sales order from the agent flow. The agent will evaluate all the factors we've grounded it in, determining on its own which sources are needed to assemble the route plan and deliver the planning document. This is not a single prompt, but a multi-step reasoning problem that requires balancing cost, distance, service level commitments, and operational rules. Once the route planning is done, the agent will create the route plan for final review and approval. This, in turn, will send the test results back to the agent flow that called it to ensure the flow is functioning correctly. Once published, execution begins. Historically, this required planners to manually summarize changes, notify fulfillment teams, and update downstream systems. But with a new workflows agent in Microsoft 365, operation managers can create their own automations, closing that elusive last mile. There's no need to be a workflow expert. They simply open the workflows agent or @mention it from the main chat and describe what they want. The manager uses everyday language to tell the agent that whenever a route plan is received, to ask for approval, and if approved, send a Teams message to the local fulfillment operations team with a summary of the plan. The workflows agent takes those instructions and turns them into step-by-step automations that the agent can follow. In the event any of the instructions are unclear, the agent will ask for clarification, continuing the conversation with the manager until it is confident that it understands their intent for the workflow. It will use the description to determine which applications it should incorporate into the workflow. Once it's complete, the manager can review the steps and make any adjustments required. When the manager saves the workflow, it becomes immediately active. With Copilot Studio, Northwind Traders enables regional planners to streamline delivery route planning, reduce operational complexity, and scale autonomous logistics execution. This is what modern operational planning looks like when agents do more than assist. They plan, act, and adapt.